I think I'm going to start calling these the Hoffberg Video Journal because that's what I feel the direction that I'm going in. So let me give you my journal entry for today. I believe that you can create team cultures where everyone plays and thinks like a leader. I believe that you can create team cultures where everyone on the team, everyone in the organization relates to the words play like a leader. That has been talked about, that we've thought about that, and we've thought about ways that everyone can show up the way that a leader shows up and how that would be described. And you can do that, and I believe that. So what I believe is that a team can become a group of people where everyone understands that they can help lead the way. Everybody understands that I can help lead the way. I understand exactly how I do that. I also believe that athletes need to understand what self-leadership is all about after all these years of working as a leadership coach and as a mental toughness coach. It's all pulled itself together for me to understand that mental toughness is self-leadership. And I guess if I believe that athletes need to know a lot about self-leadership, that I believe that everyone should need to know a lot about self-leadership, because I think we all care about outcomes, and I think how we think relates so much to consistent outcomes. And so if we're all thinking about outcomes, we should all be thinking about how we think. And if we're all thinking about how we think, I think that we should all think a little bit more about what's leadership all about. Let me really think about leadership. So just kind of a call out, study leadership. Find ways to study leadership more. Read articles on leadership. Read leadership. Read books about leadership or about coaching. Read the book Leadership is an Art. It's a great book that'll just give you such a perspective of overall leadership that you'll be able to bring back to understand more about you, self-leading. Read a book written by a great coach. See their perspective. If you're an athlete on a team, if you're playing for a coach, read about coaches. Understand more what great coaching looks like and understand how that can help you be a better self-coach. Spend time with a coach. I think a lot of the people that work with me, what their intent is by spending time with me, they're getting this extra training on leadership and on self-leadership. So they're after it. They're doing something to think more about leadership, and that's a good thing. Find people that you know that are great leaders. Find that connection and go and interview them. Ask them about leadership. Ask them about self-leadership. Ask them about things like constant learning. If you study leadership more, if you get a whole organization to do it, or if it's just an individual, just you on your own, if you study leadership more, where you ultimately get to is that the language, play like a leader. If that's your self-talk, that'll work. But you got to study leadership first. And if you do, then you're going to be able to have this sense of, all right, you know what? Let's step up. Let's play the way that I believe a great leader would play. Let's do this the way that I believe a great leader would do this. What would a leader do? Let's run the way that I believe a great leader would run. And if you have studied leadership, you go and you run better, right? And so anything that you're about, do it the way that a great leader would do it. And if you can self-coach that way, or if we can get a whole team to respond to that, which you can get a whole group of people to respond to, listen, let's all step up and play the way that we think great leaders would play right now. Think the way that we think that great leaders would think. Let's do that. So wrote some things down just quickly around leadership. If you're a great leader, you're connected, you're energized, you're focused, you're smart, you're aware. You're just totally wanting to have a positive influence if you're a great leader. That's really what you want to do. You want to just make sure that whatever you're doing as a leader is having a positive impact. You're thinking of success. You're very dismissive of things that aren't thoughts of succeeding. Great leaders don't do that. And you're gritty. You're ready to lead by example, to get in there, demonstrate your commitment. And that's what you're doing if you're just doing that on your own. You're instantly playing like a leader. So if you could just figure out, hey, let me just get connected here to what's going on here. Let me get energized. Let me be focused. Let me be smart. Let me be aware. And you know what? I just totally want to go and I want to contribute. I want to make certain that my presence is positive here. And I'm not going to allow any junky thoughts. Let's just think of success here. And I am gritty. I am ready to stick my nose in there, to get in the paint, to get after it. So if I'm ready for all that, then that's what it means to me to play like a leader. That's pretty good. I'm bringing out a good version of me. For you, do that. But you got to study leadership. If you study it a little bit, then this call out to yourself, play like a leader would play. It's going to have power. It's going to help you. And again, we can do this with a whole team can do that. Where a coach can ask his team or her team, I want everyone to step up here right now and play the way that you believe a great leader would play. It's a great point here. Get after it a little bit. I hope this helps. Cheers.